Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining me. The day before the season starts, kickoff, a lot of people's my Christmas Eve to me. Moving along with the player interviews today I have St. Rose Junior defender Sofia Gialanella, right?
Gialanella.
Gialanella. Sorry about that.
You're good.
So, Sophia, I know you had practice today. How do you think the team looked this preseason leading up to tomorrow?
I think preseason is going pretty well so far. We have a bunch of new players, so we're trying to get them to really start with the work ethic and really get into the flow of how we play. And so far, they're doing a really good job. So I have high hopes for the season.
New coach as well. How is she doing, and what's her playing style like?
For the longest time, we only had her, so she did a really good job of taking us under her wing and really doing it all by herself. Give her props for that. We just got our JV coach today, actually, Doug Martin, and we also have another coach, Coach Amanda. So they're doing a really great job so far, and I'm really happy with them.
At least Emily, she was on the staff last year, so she does know you girls. So that does, it's not like a completely new coach that, not familiar with the players. So that is a little bit of an advantage if you had a new coach taking over.
Yep.
Going back, younger days, how old were you when you started playing soccer?
I started playing soccer when I was about 4 years old.
4 years. Seems like the average age for soccer.
Yeah.
Did you do any other sports?
I danced, I played softball, and I also played basketball. Last year, I played JV for St. Rose. That was an awesome experience because the basketball team was just so good. And even though I played JV, I was fine with it because it was just a really good experience.
Yep, they're always pretty good, and Mary Beth is a great coach too. Yeah. So what made you pick where soccer, was your main your go-to sport?
I really just had more of a passion for it. I just fell in love with it pretty much.
How long did you do dancing for?
I don't remember much, but it wasn't that long. It was not good.
Soccer players, it tends not to be that long. My sister was a dancer. Now she did it longer than I expected because she was a soccer player at St. Rose, and my niece, her daughter, is a soccer player, and she did dancing for maybe like 2 minutes, and now it's just sports. So, do you have any siblings?
I do. My sister Ava is playing varsity with me this year,
and she's a freshman, right?
She's a freshman. Yeah.
How is it, being able to play with her in the same team?
It's awesome. It's just we work so well together, and we're not the type of sisters that hate each other. We work really well together, and it's just great to have her.
I do, I follow both of you on Twitter, and you both are very supportive to each other, which is great. Now, growing up, were you two really competitive with each other?
Not really. I feel like we always just we have a really good bond, and I feel like we always just did everything together. So.
Now you play defense for St. Rose, and she's an offensive player. Do you think that helps both of you? Opposite, going up against each other, making each other better.
I think so. It pushes me and it pushes her too. So I like that we do that.
Just talk about your parents a little bit. What have they meant to you as far as your development and you just growing up? How they have influenced you?
My dad is probably one of my biggest supporters. He's a college coach himself, so he helps me a lot in the recruitment process because he knows what college coaches want to hear.
It's a big advantage.
Yeah, it's really perfect to have that. And he's all about the nutrition. He's strict on things like that. So it's also good to have that too. And my mom is just really supportive. She sacrifices a lot for us. She drives us from Barnegat all the way to Wall all the time. She drives us to practices. So it's really great to have them both.
What sport does your dad coach?
My dad coaches hockey for Stockton.
Okay. Any interest in ever playing hockey or no?
He wanted me to do it, but I just never did. So.
Growing up, who is a role model when you were younger? It could be a family member, it could be athlete or someone famous? Or...
When I was younger, Julia Ertz was definitely my role model because when I was younger, she used to play in the center back position. Now she plays midfield, but I aspired to be like her because she was just so aggressive. She'd win every tackle. She's like all over the place, and I wanted to be just like that.
Do you think you play an aggressive defense? Or do you think
know
you're on
so.
more the
Yeah.
physical side?
Yeah.
I like that on defense. Do you remember who your first coach was?
My first coach was Rob Mira.
Was that a rec team, travel team?
That was a travel team out of Barnegat Alliance FC.
And who's your current club team?
My current club team is PDA Shore.
And who's your head coach?
We just recently had Brian Finley, but now Coach Lou Santa Cruz is taking over.
I know they rotate around, and I've gotten to know those guys from the clinics that my niece goes to and stuff. And what's your team name?
Flash.
Now your team went down to Florida, correct?
Did, yeah.
Okay. All right, you're on Madison's team?
Yeah.
I interviewed Madison a couple days ago.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. So what are some of the accomplishments that you've had on your club team?
Actually, in 1 week, we won the state championship, and then we won the Northeast championship in the ECNL Regional League in like 1 week, which was like crazy. So that was recent accomplishments.
For people that, sometimes I got basketball people that watch this, the ECNL is the top division for, youth soccer. I think you have to almost be invited. Teams have to be invited to actually, right, to be in those flights. How has, Brian Finley and Lou Santa Cruz influenced you or helped you along your way?
They've really taught me everything that I need to know, and they've given me the confidence to play. I mean, they've really been like the focal point of my development, and without them, I really wouldn't be where I am today.
Do you play defense for them as well? Because I know sometimes high school coaches move you around from your club team, so you play defense for them?
I do, yeah.
So have you played defense pretty much your whole soccer career?
Pretty much. I used to play outside, like when we played 9v9, but then when 11v11 came, I played in the center and stuck with that.
You rather stop the goals than score?
I would, yes.
That's good. Going into high school, I know it could be nerve-wracking. Now, you started at Barnegat, right, as a freshman?
Yes.
What were some goals you set for yourself when you're entering high school that you wanted to achieve throughout your high school career?
Soccer-wise, I really wanted to show everyone what I was about. Like, they don't know me, and I just wanted to show them who I was. And I also wanted to make an impact when I played. Those are my main goals. And school-wise, I really wanted to just step out of my comfort zone, make friends, do a whole bunch of different things. I just wanted to really get out there.
Did you play basketball your freshman year at Barnegat too?
I did, yes.
Did you play anything in the spring?
No.
No, just basketball. What were going in as a freshman? Any upperclassmen that helped you at Barnegat along the way? If you had questions or any issues.
My neighbor Izzy Giro always was. She has probably helped me out the most.
I'm supposed to interview Izzy later in the week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Got to watch her a few times this past season. A fun player. Her and Jillian. Fun, very fast player, Jillian. Mm-hmm. What accomplishments did you have your freshman year?
My freshman year, I actually played midfield instead of a defender, so I think that's an accomplishment in itself, honestly, because it was really hard to adjust. But that's pretty much it, I think.
Now going to sophomore year last season, did you think the season was going to happen?
Honestly, I wasn't sure, but I'm glad it happened the way it did. As long as we played, it didn't really matter.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were complaining, short season, but most of the players' feedback is they were just happy that they got on the field and had a season. Did you have any challenges you think throughout the season? Because I know there was different protocols with everything going on. Did you find any challenges or?
I don't really think there was many challenges we had to face. We didn't really shut down,
Yeah.
so there wasn't many.
So you were one of the lucky schools that didn't have really any interruptions, which is good. How did you handle, transferring from a public to a private school? How did you handle that transition?
I was so nervous. I overthought like everything possible. I was so scared. I didn't know anybody, but it was probably one of the best things I could have done for myself. Everyone was so welcoming. Coach Sav welcomed me in with open arms. Like it was really just a great move.
Any players or not even players, classmates that helped you with that transition? Because I know it could be scary going for especially a Barnegat kid growing up with same kids, and then you're in a whole different school.
Mm-hmm. My friends in my class, my friends Kate, Adriana, and Juliana, they really brought me in and introduced me to their friends, and that's how I made other friends. So without them, I really wouldn't have a smooth transition.
And St. Rose is a very close knit. Probably made it a little bit easier, not this massive school with thousands of kids,
Yeah.
2,000 kids in the school.
Yeah.
What goals did you have your sophomore year?
For my sophomore year, I really wanted to make friends first off because not knowing anyone really sucks, and just I really want to make friends. So there was that, and then I just soccer wise, I wanted to show everyone what I was about again.
You brought up Coach Zach. How did he, what did you learn, playing for him for the one season?
Only having him for a season sucked. I really wish I could have had him longer, but he really taught me how to be confident in my abilities. He taught me how to communicate more. He was just an all-around awesome person, but
he's a very calm demeanor too on the sideline, which I always found amazing. A funny story. I hope he doesn't get mad. He coaches in my niece's age group for one of the club teams, and after the one game, he goes, "Oh, ask Nick." He goes to my St. Rose games. I'm much louder for the little kids than I am at the high school games, and which I loved his style, and I think I was more disappointed that he left than than some of the players, because I was pretty upset about it. I want to talk about one game from last season, the Trinity Hall game. I was at that game. For people that don't know, Trinity Hall won in overtime. It's usually a pretty physical game when Trinity Hall plays against St. Rose, and the goalie got taken out. First she got taken out at the end of regulation, and that ref called it. And then she got taken out in overtime. That ref decided not to call, and then they tapped in the game winner. Kind of even stunned Trinity Hall, it seemed, because they were getting ready to line up for free kick, and for the kick, and next thing you know, coach is yelling for him to get off the field because they called it a goal. What was your thoughts about that game?
Yeah, I can't even explain the way I felt. I just kind of stood there and I froze, and I was like, "There's no way that wasn't a foul." Like it was insane.
She got injured. Avery got injured on that play too. I think so. Yeah. It was disappointing. I think even some of the Trinity parents were like, "What?" Which St. Rose for Trinity is such a good rivalry, and I look forward to this. This season. You two going back. A lot of young talent last season. I think you only started one senior, right, Jenna?
Yes.
Yeah, defensive player like you. What are some things that you learned from just playing with Jenna for the one season?
Jenna really brought the energy to everything, even practice. She really always worked hard, and that made me work hard too.
Like I said, a lot of young players. Do you think getting the young team getting so many minutes last season is going to help you for this season and your senior season?
Definitely. I always think it's a good thing that young players get more experience the younger they are, because the younger they play, the better they're going to get. So I really think it's a good thing.
And I agree. And throwing the team right up, and short conference is a tough place to play, and long term it's going to just be beneficial. Going to this season, I always, whether it's basketball or soccer, I always see a big improvement from sophomore year to junior year. What is something you're looking to really improve on this season?
I'm really trying to communicate more with everybody when we play. I really want to use my voice and relay positive messages while we play. That's really what I want to work on.
Okay. What are some goals first personally and team goals for the season?
Team goals, we wanted to win the division. We deserved the division last year and we want to do it this year. So that's the main goal for the team.
How about yourself?
I want to get a goal this year, actually.
I like the way you said that. It's good. Next year you're going to be a senior. What are some things you're hoping to pass down to the underclassmen, as you take over like a leadership role of the team?
I want them to really work hard, and I want them to play every game like it's their last and just play it all out on the field. That's really the main thing.
It's great. Leave it all out in the field. You up for some rapid fire questions before we talk about future?
Yes.
Favorite movie?
I like La La Land.
Never seen that. Who's in that?
Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling.
Okay. How about favorite TV show?
Criminal Minds.
Okay. Favorite food?
Mac and cheese.
Do you see that Madison said that?
I know. I saw that she said that. I was like,
her mom sent me a message. I can't believe she said that, especially with the Italian last name, but both mac and cheese. How about favorite school subject?
History.
History? Okay. I was a big history guy in high school. What's your favorite number?
15.
Color?
Blue.
Band or music group or genre?
I like R&B music.
R&B, okay. Last one. Something you enjoy doing in your free time when you're not playing soccer?
I like hanging out with my friends.
Just relaxing, hanging out with your friends. Not the beach. Usually the beach is the Jersey
I
Shore.
love
The
yeah.
beach is the answer.
Yeah.
Talking about your future, you're a junior. You're allowed to start looking at schools, visit schools. What are some things you're looking at colleges?
I want to try to stay local. I don't really want to go that far because I feel like the more I visited college, the more I was like, I really miss home. You know?
Okay.
So like I kind of want to stay a little bit close. I want to try to go to like a small, mid-sized type of school. I like the close-knit community feel of that.
St. Rose has that effect.
Yes.
Do you know what you want to study yet?
I want to do something with like political science, law, something like that.
Do you know what you want to do after college?
Probably a lawyer.
Okay, very good. Good luck with that. Would you think about training or staying involved with soccer?
Yes,
After?
definitely.
Okay. Last question, then I'll let you go. What advice would you give your younger self?
For my younger self, that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Just keep pushing through, keep working hard, and it'll all work out for you in the end.
Excellent. Well, I wish you luck this season. Thank you for taking some time out today. And I'm 99% sure I'll be at the game tomorrow, unless something happens. But and I definitely trying to be a little late to work on Saturday because the St. Rose Wall matchup is one of the great, especially on the soccer field for girls soccer. It's similar to St. Rose versus Madison on girls basketball. So, but I wish you and the team luck this season, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
No problem.